Presenter representing the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service on a national broadcast, very popular show, in uniform, and you are telling us he is averse to what the leadership is saying? That is a shocking revelation.
There is a big uproar in Trinidad right now about Roger Alexander, Sergeant Inspector Roger Alexander. TV program is called Beyond the Tape. How do I feel about this? Now, I listened to the video in the police national security committee, and there was a couple different things going on. The commissioner of police was put on the stand, and she was oblivious to what's going on. They were talking about the camera on the police. They were talking about gangs, and this lady was totally oblivious. And when I listened to the question, there's a couple different things that came out to me. I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna come back in. But the police commissioner, this lady, it's like she was lost. Check this out.
Madam Commissioner, may I just suggest, if the body cams are provided to these officers in these exercises and they're not doing it, institute disciplinary action against them. Make an example and people will fall into line. Member Richards, your last question?
Chairman, with the greatest of respect, I think for you to have to tell the commissioner to do that is very surprising. I would imagine if it is policy, and policy should be followed, or some corrective measure should be taken.
Final, a word to the wise.
I appreciate that.
Third question.
Final question, and this is a really off-topic question, but related. Is there a particular mandate for Beyond the Tape? Is there a particular mandate for the Beyond the Tape show? And I ask the question in context that very often I hear utterances in that show that are in stark contradiction to what the police leadership is saying. And it is very surprising to me. So the police leadership says one thing about gangs, the show is saying we're giving the gangs a lie.
Now, the guy who, the vice chairman for the National Security Group, is Dr. Paul Richards. Big boy, you know. And boy are some big boy in Trinidad. And, you know, I must say what Dr. Richards is saying is the truth. And also, I must say what Mr. Sergeant Inspector Alexander is saying is also the truth. The gangs in Trinidad are getting a blight. We know that there are police that's involved in gang activity in Trinidad, just like Jamaica. The only difference between Trinidad and Jamaica, the police them is not getting arrested like the ones them in Jamaica. We also know that the police, they're not attacking a certain gang member. And when you have Prezi and he's out there doing all sort of thing, look at all the vicious killings. And yet still Tyson is in jail, but Prezi is free on the street to commit more crime with the 7 gang and the Rasta City them. And that's what this committee is trying to stir up. But the fascinating thing, I like Dr. Paul Richards. I like Sergeant Superintendent Roger Alexander, because the two man them, they want the same thing. Because what Mr. Richards is saying, you know, you have to be, what is the, alright, what Mr. Alexander is saying, that the Trinidad police, they're giving gangs a blight and they're off key with crime fighting. And what Mr. Richards is saying, why do Sergeant Inspector have a different opinion? The show be on the tape, and the TTP have been saying they're fighting gang and fighting crimes, but there's so much killing and so much stuff going on, it really doesn't make sense. So the argument goes with Mr. Roger Alexander that, yeah, it looks like they're giving blight to criminals like Prezi.
So I'm confused. Is it their mandate for that show, and does this show take instruction and policy and public dissemination from the police leadership? Because very often I have heard contradictory information from the police leadership and from what I see on that show. And I don't know which one to believe.
The show should be a replica of the thoughts and sentiments of the executive of the organization.
Is that happening?
This lady right here, the commissioner of police, I think she is lost, because it's either she's lost or she doesn't want to come out and really blast whatever, I don't know. But look at how long she took to answer the question. Now I want you guys to listen to the rest of this video, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, interject and then wrap it up. Let's go.
There may be times when the presenter is a bit adverse to the thoughts of the
The
organization.
presenter representing the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service on a national broadcast, very popular show, in uniform, and you are telling us he is averse to what the leadership is saying? That is a shocking revelation.
I'm making my comments based on what you would have said.
So no one is monitoring the show from leadership
Yes,
perspective?
the show is monitored by the corporate communications.
Are you satisfied with what is coming out of the show? As the head of the police service?
At this time, no.
You're not satisfied, and it continues.
It has been, no, actually the show is being reviewed.
Okay, thank you.
I've had discussion.
No more, no further questions.
Madam Commissioner,
In some ways, I feel sorry for that lady, because I am not undermining her job, but it just seems like her head is in the wrong place. She just seems so nonchalant about this gang and crime situation, just by the way she answered those questions. So my thing is, I support Sergeant Inspector Roger Alexander in what he's doing, and I will always support him. My hats is off to him. I just want him to go for Prezi. That's what I want. I want him to go for Prezi, and I think he's about to do that one day. Believe me. Watch. With that said, my name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on another video. I'm out.